You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round.
Okay, so we know the sweetness of your business. Let's get into some struggles that you went through with starting your business. Some trial and errors.
Well, the first time I made my first batch of cake pops, I used this this rubber silicone molder. And my cake pops came out like sponges. So I thought it was like SpongeBob inside. I'm like, why does it feel this way? So ugly. So I tried it a second time within that hour period. Same thing happened. It was terrible. I'm like, Mom, I cannot present this to my students. So the Lord, I took a step back and say, you know what, Holy Spirit, I need you to guide me. He taught me exactly the way he wanted me to roll it, put it on the stick, and it worked. My craft worked, but it was trial and error. Getting into this business, I had made some very unfavorable deals. I was supposed to be in a mall last year, but things didn't transpire. I wanted it to be in a mall because I knew my product was great, and I thought that was the time for me to, to leave my job and to go full-time business. But I don't think, as a person, I did not totally pray to God about the mall, not the business. And two, I did not save enough finances to actually start my business on my own I have nothing in savings. So I just took a leap of faith, but maybe the timing is wrong. I do have faith in God. I have faith in my business. I have faith in my own self, but I believe timing was not presented well. Maybe I should have waited another year before I wanted to actually get a building. But it was challenging. It hurt me. I was hurt because this is something that the Lord, you told me this. You told me, you called me businesswoman. You called me millionaire. But then I'm taking the necessary steps. I'm not being slowful. I'm not being a procrastinator. I'm working. I'm writing a vision like you said in Habakkuk chapter 2:2. Write the vision, make it plain. I'm praying both day and night. I'm quoting Jeremiah 29:11. For you know the plans and thought you had towards me, God. I know they are successful. So why this is not happening? Why am I going through this, God? Why are you leaving? You say you'll never leave nor forsake me. But I felt forsaken. Because I did exactly what the Bible told me. I have a vision board. I have sticky notes. I have my phone that I have as my screen. I have these things, God, but why is it not working for me? Because it wasn't a timing, my daughter. Timing is everything. You may not come when, God may not come when I want him to, but he's on time. Mm-hmm. But now it seems like things are now being smooth like peanut butter. So I'm swag surfing on the thing for real. I'm like, okay, God, all right. I went back to teaching. But in the still and yet, God is giving me other doors of being open. I'm meeting new clients that are celebrities. So they're getting my name out. Pie Creation's name is great. I'm going to continue to think about with Abram. When his name got changed to Abraham, make his name great. My name is great. Tracey Hollis' name is great. Pie Creations, even though it's going to change, but my business name is still great. Through the challenges, the ups, the downs, people not believing in me. I had people that, how are you my friend and my relative and you won't even try my dessert? But you'll go around your city eating people's desserts, not knowing what type of household they have. You don't know if they just slap somebody, but you're going to eat their stuff. Then you wonder why you arguing with your boyfriend or your cousin. You don't know the type of spirits that's in the food. You don't know if they're clean. Yeah. But you know I'm clean. I don't like a dirty house. I don't like, you get what I'm saying? Especially the kitchen. Now, my room is a mess. But the kitchen, girl, honey, I drive, so I'm going to eat it because I know the kitchen clean. But now my room, that's another story. But... I couldn't believe that my own relatives won't support me. Wouldn't come to my event.
I know.
Wouldn't wear my shirt. You're not just doing this because that's Tracey or that's Crystal's daughter. This is my business. This is God's business. I rededicated this business back unto him because he did not have to give me this idea. He could have gave it to anybody in the world. He all his sons and daughters. He could have chose somebody in China. He could have chose someone in Italy. But he came to the city of McDonough and found me and told me to get up and bake. And another inspiration is my grandmother Pugh. She is Boynton Beach finest baker, honey. She is fabulous and about to be 84 years old. And her desserts heal the body. It's a healer. The healing is in her hands as well. That's why I said we have to be also careful what we touch, what we let these hands touch. The healing is in her hands. When she bakes and she rolls her dough and we eat it, whatever we were feeling, we were depressed or oppressed, when we eat her food, it's like it never even showed up. Like, where's depression? Where's oppression? Because some people are gifted in that. Yeah. And my grandmother said, even though, like I said, she's 80, about to be 84 and super fabulous. But she said she wanted someone, one of her kids or grandkids to take on that legacy. I come from a strong lineage of great women. And she said she wanted somebody to bake. In 2008, I said, I'm not the one. I'm not the one to bake, honey. No, ma'am. Not me. But look at me now. In 2016, April of 2016 is when I heard the voice of the Lord tell me to bake. And that's when I started getting my, my ducks in a row. I got the name. Okay, I got the colors. Even though my color scheme changed. I had a temporary logo, but all the stuff didn't come to after 2017. Going into 2017 is when I got my LLC. That's when I got the official logo with the two beautiful cake pops with the bow, because I wear a bow in my hair sometimes. That's when I really took my business serious, and I did see a small financial wealth, but I had to use it because my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer and she didn't work for 3 months, so I had to help her. And that gave me a push too. Taking care of a mom who was diagnosed with breast cancer for the second time, that was my push. You got to keep going. You can't stop, Tracey. You got to make this business name great. Like you say, don't be a procrastinator. Move it. If people don't support you, what the Lord said in his word, I will have strangers to bless you. Amen. He said that for a reason, because he knew the closest one to you wouldn't support you. So he'll have somebody come out the blue. Hey, I heard you have cake pops. Hey, that's how I got some of my clients. Word of mouth, or they saw my pretty business cards just floating somewhere. So I have to push my way, because my business will be a franchise. You will see my business in every state of the United States. So, yes.
So, also as far as trials and tribulations, yes. Let's go back to your life. What are some things that just put you to the point to, why me? Why me? Why out of everyone in this world, why am I the one going through this?
Oh my God. I would say tests. I'm like I said, I'm educated, and I was a Dean's List student, President List student. I graduated with honors, but tests. I remember, if I go back to 2002, 2003, whenever the FCAT, when I was here in Florida, and I didn't pass the FCAT the first time, so it was devastating. I was in 10th grade. So then when I took the test again in 11th grade, I passed the reading but not the math. Up until it was time for graduation in 2006, I didn't pass it. So when I walked across the stage, and a lot of people don't know that, I walked across the stage with a completion. I was devastated because I'm a smart student. I have A's and B's on my report card. So why did I not pass? And I'm like, Lord, am I out here having sex? I wasn't out here being disrespectful to my parents. I was in church. I was in the choir. I was on the dance team. You name it. So why me, God? I'm not out here doing what these other kids are doing, and they're passing it and not taking it seriously. I'm taking my education seriously. I want to be an educated woman, especially coming from a drug-infested, non-motivated, uneducated, gang-banging neighborhood, Cherry Hill, which I love now. I'm proud of it because there are changes. But that's what I came up. When you had to fight to prove how strong you were, and you had to take up for yourself, why me, God? I'm not out here doing that to people. And because I had a distraction. And like I said, my ex-stepfather, he was my distraction. Anytime I was getting ready to do something to be great, he always said ill-spoken words. That's when you have to be careful. When the Lord said, in that word, I think it's in Matthew, life and death is in the power of the tongue. I didn't really understand that when I heard the old saints say that, but now I know at the age of 30. Always was speaking negativity. Negative. And I would miss, when I was taking that Boynton Beach High School to take, after I graduated, I missed by 1 point. So I felt like a failure. Then the second time I took it, I felt like a failure because I missed by 3 points. But that last time, I didn't tell him. I didn't tell nobody. Only 2 people knew was my mother and my sister. I took that test and I told the Lord, this is it. I'm going to college. I'm making something of myself. And I passed it. That hurt because I felt like a failure. All this schooling, and now you telling me I can't get my high school diploma. I walk around. It's shameful. I was so shamed. I was ashamed of toting around that piece of paper say, you completed 12 years of school. No, sir. No, ma'am. I am an overcomer on a mission. My mission is not to give up. My mission is to tell other young men and women, do not give up. Even though the task is hard, do not give up. If you have a purpose, which is your purpose is to live, but God give us other purposes.
Yes, he does.
You just don't have one purpose in life. You have many purposes. My purpose in life was to show my family on my daddy's side, don't give up, because a lot of them graduate with completions. No. And some of them did not even go to college. But I'm the first one in the family to graduate from college. That's something, because my father didn't graduate from college or high school. So I had to, sometimes they say God give us hard tasks. Sometimes we have to be curse breakers. And I believe that's what happened, because now I got family members going back to college. Now I have a cousin that just graduated in December, getting her certification now. Now I'm seeing my cousins playing basketball that could possibly go pro. So sometimes we have to go through things that don't feel good. It might not smell good. You might just like, God, why me? I'm not out here doing that. But he'll say, what? Why not you? Why not you? I gave you a task and I need you to complete it. Because it's not like God can just come down from heaven and be like, hey, Tracey. No, he has to use his servants, which us. So I feel blessed to have went through the hell I've been through. Because some people can walk in my shoes. There were times I wanted to, I'm being so honest, Miss Edmond, that I wanted to check myself into a mental asylum. Because I felt like he forsaken me. And nothing that I did worked. I went crazy. I literally texted my mother one night. I think it was actually in the morning, like 12 a.m. in the morning, say, you know what, Mom? I'm giving up. I'm going to check myself in a mental asylum. I'm done with life. And my mother sent me Jakila Carr's song. It's the first song she had when it was talking about the olive. The pressing and the beating and the shaking. It's a song, like I said, I can't think of the title of it, but that's what's the main chorus. Talking about an olive have to go through the beating, the pressing, in order for your greater to come. That's what the song called, Greater. I knew it was going to come, but I did. Even in college, I wanted to be a teacher. I got all my grades were fantastic after I had my mother look at my grades, and they were kind of bad at first because I was out there clubbing. But after I found out who Tracey really was and my real purpose of going to college, I got my grades up. My grades, I started seeing a difference in my study habits and how I took my grades and my professors seriously. And God just started opening doors. He really did. But the one thing I really wanted in college was to be certified in early childhood education. But it didn't happen. So I had to take another route, which I hate, but I had to take another route. But I'm still will be able to do the things I want to do in life. But that was some challenges. I'm telling you,
It's hard.
That thing was hard. I'm telling you.
It breaks you. If you don't know God, it will break you.
It will break you.
It will break you to the point of
suicide. You just give up or hurt others.
Yeah.
Or you want to hurt others because you see they're not taking it seriously, but they're getting it.
They're getting it.
They get in like
how did they do this and do that?
Like, they out here drinking and smoking and slapping females, but they're they're getting a certification. But you around here really trying to make a difference in your life, not just for you, but for your future. I'm not married, but for my future husband, my future children and grandchildren that I haven't even seen yet. That was my step. That was my mindset. Not doing it for me, but for my future lineage.
Yeah.
And when it didn't happen, I'm like, was I not supposed to go to college? Like, you contemplate and you kind of like, oh God, I'm here. What's going on? You say you won't leave me, but I see why he took me through that.
We all have to go through it.
Yes.
It's hard. It's really hard, but like I said, like I want my audience to know it is possible. Like,
yes,
all things are possible through Christ.
Yes.
All things are.
All things.
So you just have to keep the faith and not allow the world to tear you down and break you and try and mold you into this figurine that we're seeing everywhere.
Yes.
Be you. Be authentic. Be true.
Yes.
This is what needs to be done. We have beautiful little girls coming up in this world, and it's just, it is so sad the way they're coming up because they're not seeing the natural beauty, the inner beauty. They're not learning this stuff. What they're learning is how quick I can slide down a pole with one leg, which is that's not good.
Or
That's
everyone want to be a rapper. What happened to the ones that want to be authors? What about the ones who want to open up your own university? Like, you know, when we were growing up, those are the role models we had. You know, the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, the Rosa Parks who stood for something.
Yep.
If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. We had those role models where we wanted the Felicia Rashads, the Miss, better known as Miss Cosby, Mrs. Huxtable.
Yeah. We
had those natural beauties, you know, even the Aaliyahs. Aaliyah was naturally beautiful. She didn't, you know, that was her real hair and her real, you know, petite body, not the big booty, the big booty Judies. But we had those type of women. Even TLC, like I said, I know we talking about a faith base, but I got to be real. Yeah, we had those type of women that we could look up to. Oh my gosh, wow. She wears her hair choppy. Maybe if I try it, let's see how it'll look. Now everybody want bundles down to their butt, knowing that they hair probably underneath them bundles. I'm sorry. Probably is short, but everybody want bundles. Everybody want the big lips.
Pulling it out, but we need it back.
Role models, even in the pulpit. Pastor Crystal talks about that.
Yes.
You know, the bodycon dresses. Where is modesty?
Yes.
Where is modesty? Like me, every day I don't care if it's hot outside or super cold. I wear a high neckline because I think it's very sexy to me. I think that's my personality. My favorite color is black, so I do wear black maybe 99% of the time. But that's me. I'm not trying to look like Trina no more. I got Tracey's own identity. I wear what I wear because, one, you're showcasing who you are. You showcasing God's beauty. You showcasing that diamond that you are. Diamonds are priceless. And like I used this analogy one time when I had to speak in front of the church. I said, just like a mine, if you go to Africa, the diamond mine. Yeah, when you dig in a diamond mine, you might see the little particles here and there. Okay, they might be worth something, but what will be priceless, you have to keep digging. You have to keep digging. And sometimes you might feel like you want to give up. No, I'm just give up because the diamond said, no, you got to keep digging. You got to keep pressing. You got to keep moving. You got to be a shaker. You got to shake that thing. And then when you keep going and you keep going and you believing and you crying and you trying to, it's like you fighting for your family. You fighting for your life. You fighting for your future. Then, guess what? Right there when you was about to break, there go that priceless diamond. That's why I'm priceless. You gotta dig for me, honey. Dig, baby, dig. Dig, honey. No, I'm not the little particles you can just buy.
No.
Mm-mm. No, yeah, that might be worth a little $5,000, but honey, I'm worth diamonds and pearls, like the Lord said in the Bible. I'm worth more than diamonds, pearls, and rubies. I am priceless and looking cute. Why do?